Hello, everyone. Welcome to Summer Reading Tales and Tales 2021, brought to you by the Perry County Public Library and me, Miss Jessie, the Children's Youth Services Librarian. And today with Tales and Tales, we're going to make our own DIY bunny baked trail mix. Well, it's more of a candy bar, but it's kind of a trail mix. It's kind of fun. It's kind of tasty. I think you're going to have a good time making it. Supplies needed. We always need a recipe. We're going to need rice or corn Chex Mix or something like that, the little squares. Captain Crunch cereal, the plain kind, not the kind. Or if you want to do peanut butter, you could do the kind with the berries. It's just a suggestion. It's whatever cereal you want to use. Honey and Nut Cheerios or regular Cheerios. It's whatever you want to use, whatever loop cereal. M&Ms of your choice, mini pretzel sticks or mini pretzels, white chocolate chips, some vegetable oil, a large bowl, a microwave safe bowl, a spatula, a baking sheet, and parchment paper. Now we're not going to be baking anything. That's what we're going to spread our mix onto. So we are going to prep. We're going to need parchment paper. This is what I have right here. Parchment paper. Wax paper could work, but parchment paper keeps it from sticking because we are going to be melting chocolate. So I have lined a cookie sheet with my parchment paper, and I'm going to set that to the side. Now we're going to need a large bowl. This is the big bowl. I borrowed it from Miss Amy, our adult services librarian. Now we're going to do 2 cups, and I just have a dry measuring cup. We're going to do 2 cups of Chex Mix. I need to open mine up a little bit better. There we go. Much better. So I wound up getting the chocolate Chex Mix because we're in a chocolate mode. Don't worry if we put a little bit more. There's 1 cup. I went a little bit more. There's 2 cups. This is one of those ones where we're not baking. Kind of can put what you like. You might like more pretzels. You might like more Captain Crunch. You might want it really chocolatey or not chocolatey at all. But we've got a cup of pretzel sticks. We're going to do 2 cups of Captain Crunch. I just have the plain kind. We're going to pour over. Normally I have a spill bowl, but like I said, this is kind of flexible on your ingredients and your measurements. So I've got 2 of the Captain Crunch. Now we're going to do 2 of the Cheerios. I love Cheerios. What about you? M&Ms, you could do any type of M&Ms that you wanted. I did the mini M&Ms because that's what I found. So I'm going to use these. And 1 bag of white chocolate chips, or if you want to use Melter's chocolate. And you add in, the white chocolate chips go in a separate bowl because we're going to melt these. And we put a tablespoon of oil. What I did is I did a cap full of oil, and what that does is that helps you smooth out the chocolate chips. So we have placed our chocolate chips in a microwave safe bowl with our oil. So on low power, or you can set your microwave to 50% power. You can put it on defrost. On mine, what I do is I do this in 30-second increments. I put it in, I hit 30 seconds, I take it out, I stir it with my spatula, and then I put it back in for 30 seconds, I take it out and I stir it, and I just want to get it smooth. So I've got my microwave behind me. So we have our microwave, 30 seconds, I'm putting it in, take it out, and we just want to do this a little bit at a time because white chocolate does scorch easily. I really suggest taking your time on heating up your white chocolate chips. You can also do, if you don't like the white chocolate chips, you could always do chocolate. You could do caramel. It's really up to you. This is a recipe that's really subjected to your taste. So if you like more of one thing, less of another, you can always do your recipe a little bit different than what we're showing. So I've got this, and I'm going to start at the bottom. Then I'm going to scrape off the side, put that down. I'm going to put it back in. So I'm putting it back in for 30 more seconds. And as it says, we're going to stir as we go. So while that is happening, I am going to take my bowl that I have all of my stuff mixed up in, and using my spatula, I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed. And that gives us something to do while our chocolate is melting. So altogether, I've had this in for a minute. Oh yeah. And you just keep stirring. This is what I've got so far. It's still lumpy. So I'm going to put it in. I'm going to stir it up still good. I'm going to put it in for about 30 more seconds. So I've put my chocolate in for 30 more seconds, and now it is nice and smooth. So I just stir it up, make sure everything's incorporated, the oil, the chocolate. Now we're going to slowly pour this chocolate mix over our cereal. And using our spatula, we are going to make sure it's all good and coated. So we've got this. We're going to scrape the edges. This is something too. If you don't have a big bowl, but you have like a gallon or a really big size zip bag, this also works like that. Kind of like when you're making puppy dog chow. So I'm going to set this to the side. Whoop, sorry. I've got this in there. So starting at the bottom with my spatula, I'm just going to mix it. Now I don't want to get in there and I don't want to crush it. I just starting at the bottom and I'm just going around. And I'm just going to try to make sure everything gets some chocolate. So I'm going to stir it up. But starting from the bottom. This just take a little bit. This might take a couple of minutes because you want to make sure that everything gets a little bit of chocolate on it. So make sure you really go from the bottom, guys. You want to go to the bottom and flip it to the top. From the bottom to the top. Okay. Basically, we're glazing everything. Kind of like when you get a glazed donut. Okay. Now I'm going to take, this is the time when we're going to get our parchment lined paper. We're going to use our spatula and we're just going to spread it evenly over our parchment paper. And I think I probably needed a bigger parchment paper sheet, but that's okay. We're going to scrape around the bowl, get out of all of our cereals and pretzels and M&Ms. So we have scraped that bowl clean. Set that to the side. We're just going to spread out, almost like a cereal bar. We're going to spread it out to each of the corner. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? Now we're just going to let this cool till the chocolate hardens back up. So we're going to let that cool. You don't have to put it in the refrigerator. It will cool at room temperature, and then you can break it apart and eat it. And our last step is to enjoy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to pick up your 100 Days of Reading, our reading log for summer reading, partnered with Save the Children. Thanks, everyone. Bye.